Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And I have waited over 9 years to be able to say this, but thanks to the folks at Hasbro, on today's episode we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Robots in Disguise, Power Surge Bumblebee, and Minicon Buzzstrike. For the package, you got that Transformers Robots in Disguise look here in the front. It also features an open display, which allows you to push the head down, as you can see, and test out the sounds. On the back of the package, you got the instructions to transform them, as well as an advertisement for the Transformers Robots in Disguise game, which is available now on the App Store and Google Play. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Power Surge Bumblebee and Buzzstrike open up and out of their packaging, and I'm actually really happy with how this figure is. It's fun. That's all I can really use to describe it. It is not meant for collectors or anything of that nature, although, you know, collectors might want it. This is specifically catered towards kids, and the fun factor is absolutely here. I think kids are going to love this. To take a closer look at Bumblebee, as you can see, Buzzstrike can peg here on the side. You got a little hole right there. You also have one on the opposite side. If you wanted to, you got a little hole right there as well, so you can put him right in the front and have like a little battering ram thing, I guess. But in general, fairly simple, but definitely looks like Bumblebee. I like how they got little Autobot logos molded in right there, and then you also have one on the opposite side as well. Real nice sculpting just in general. You got the vents right there. You have the headlights. The windows are all painted, which is pretty decent. And then again, you got some nice molded in detail through there. You got the door handle right there. I mean, you got his feet kind of sticking out here, but hey, maybe you could pretend that those are like exhausts or something like that. You got the nice black tires with the rims molded in there. And it's fairly big. I mean, you can see just how big it is. Now for Buzzstrike, as you can see, he becomes like this little axe thing. You can see obviously his whole body right here. This is very, very simple, but you got a little handle right there. You got a little knob right there, obviously. He also has on this inside here, which is more designed for his robot mode, a nice Autobot logo sculpted in there, but good paint. Is it the same color as that? It's a close shade, I guess. Maybe this is a little bit darker than that, so it's not just like a reused color, but, you know, I mean, it's a little mini-con thing. Now, to transform him, literally all you do, you just take this and you rotate this around. You got this little tab right on that section here that lifts his head up, and the whole thing, as it lifts up, actually pulls this piece up as well. So you just pull that down, and then that tab actually goes away, and then you got Buzzstrike in his robot mode. There's no articulation in this. I mean, everything is molded and sculpted into place. Oh, actually, well, the head, I guess, because it is on this little thing right here, I guess maybe you could like wiggle it a little bit, but some decent paint applications throughout the shoulder pads. Down here in the skirt pieces, you got some nice silver paint there on the actual face. So in general, I mean, like, that guy looks pretty cool. And again, you can see that nice Autobot logo right there. Now, Bumblebee transforms very simple. It's a 3-step transformation. First, you want to take this, detach this, rotate that out to the side, just like so, and then yes, okay, so I neglected to show this, so that looks good. And then there's his robot. So you just bring that down, take these arms, you detach those from the side, you kind of rotate these and position those up there, do that, kind of rotate that, finagling that around a little bit, and then you split the legs, and there you have Bumblebee and Buzzstrike in their robot modes. And as I said, collectors are probably not going to be overly interested in this figure. This is definitely something that is meant for kids. But remember, kids eventually become collectors themselves. This is a great toy and really does remind me of some of those early G1 kind of figures, in the fact that he transforms very simply, but quickly and very fun. And a lot of kids nowadays don't have the attention span for very complex transformations. This is something they can do real quick, real easily, and just continue on with that play. And I really do like it. I think he's a cool looking toy. Coming in to take a closer look at him, as you get him in robot mode, you get some more color kind of thrown in here. You got his chest, and you actually got some like little power surge kind of bits painted throughout there. You got some of that there in his thighs, his chest, down there in his lower legs, but then you get a lot more black added into it. So all that yellow that was there in terms of vehicle mode, it really does get nicely broken up here in terms of the actual robot form. I really like the very happy look for his face. You got some nice silver and blue kind of put in to bring those details out. You do have that robots in disguise little code thing here. One other thing that's really very impressive is the articulation on this. He's got like this little funky kind of hinge thing going on here. As you can see, it's like kind of way far out there. I mean, you could probably leave it out like that if you really wanted to, but I like kind of angling it back, just keeps the arms a little bit closer to the body. But you can rotate them forward and back. Because of this hinge, you can actually, while I'm hitting buttons, you can actually manipulate that around to get the arms swiveling outward. He does rotate at the elbow. He bends here at the elbow as well. So you get some nice articulation there. Nothing at the waist, and then the hips move forward and back, and they move in and out. They actually are ratcheted. This back section here, I kind of wish that you could actually fold this up. That would have been cool and would have cleared up a lot of the space here on the back of the leg. But so you do get that articulation there in the leg as well, so you can kind of position him and everything. So a lot more articulation than I really did anticipate with this guy. And like I said, I think he looks pretty good. He does have the sound gimmick. To access that, all you really do is just push the head down and you can hear him talk.
This calls for Minicon power.
Now, okay.
Minicon power up. Autobot team up. This calls for Minicon power.
And then if you leave it alone for a second, he goes through another sound. Just waiting, waiting, waiting. There it is. So it's like a power down sound. But then when you take his little Minicon partner, and it works with any of the other Minicons apparently, you're going to transform this around just like that. And then you take this, make sure you push it all the way in, getting that in there locked into place. You get some different sounds with them.
The mighty just got mightier.
That's a cool sound. It's like it's attaching to him. And then whatever.
Chop till you drop.
Okay. And then I think you just go through them.
Chop till you drop.
And then when you actually take it out, it gives you another sound, which is really cool. I dig that. I think that's a neat kind of play pattern for it. Obviously, you got the holes right here, and then he had the power down sound. You got the little holes in his hand, so you can take him. There we go. So you can get the little axe in his hand, and you can get some positions for him. Unfortunately, you can't rotate his head or anything, but it still is actually really fun, I think. Like I said, kids, I think, are really going to enjoy this. I'm enjoying it, and I'm an adult, so it's kind of hard for me to not just keep playing with this. I mean, it's really so very simple, and it just, like I said, has a big play factor for it. Now, to transform them back, what you do is you bring these legs back. You want to kind of position them down here, push that together just like so. Make sure that that's all nice and smooth. Then these arms, just straighten these out, kind of angle those down, and these will come and lock along the side. So again, you just rotate those around here at that hinge, and then angle it down, pushing that in. Where's that little tab? There we go. Just like that. You can have him drive around like that if you want to. Put that around like so. Give this a nice little squeeze. Get in there. And there you have Bumblebee back in his car mode. I'm fully aware of the fact that people occasionally have called me a sympathizer for Hasbro, and I know the fact that Hasbro has sent me this to review, it's going to bring up people's opinions that I'm giving this a positive review just because of that reason. But honestly, in terms of perspective, I really think this is a good toy. This is meant for kids, and it works very nicely. You got a big car, you got a simple transformation, you got a cool looking robot, you got cross-play patterns with the different Minicons. As I said, I think kids will like this, and it'll keep them entertained for a while. I was also really surprised to see how much articulation this figure had. So all in all, very good figure, and if this is something that you're interested in picking up, it is available right now at various retail locations, or as always, there's Big Bad Toy Store. So all you have to do for that is click on the link down in the video description. You'll go to BBTS where you can check out availability on this, as well as the rest of the Transformers Robots in Disguise figures. Again, a very special thanks to the folks over at Hasbro for helping to make this review possible. Don't forget that if you like this video to please like and share it. It goes a long way towards helping me out. Also be sure to subscribe in case you haven't already subscribed. That way you get instant email notifications whenever I upload a new video and you never miss out on a future review of mine. And as always, until next time, be excellent to each other.
You're at your best when the going gets rough.